Welcome in this Wednesday edition, Blue Sky Live, here with you today. Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, back in the Clark Ford studio. Karen Reed trial up on the TV today. Got that going. Ole Miss has a comeback win. Well, they came back, blew a lead, came back again. Then won in the 10th against the Mississippi State Bulldogs last night, taking the Governor's Cup in 10 innings, 8-7. We will discuss that a little bit today. We are one day away from the NFL draft. Finally, tomorrow kicks off the first round of the draft. A couple interesting mocks going on this morning, between one mock and then one just kind of what people were hearing and some scuttle this morning here in the final.
Is that Tom Pelissero?
I did not see that. This is from ESPN. What'd you see?
I guess it was on NFL.com. Tom Pelissero was talking about the quarterbacks. It's interesting, the variance of opinions. He did that thing which I think we should do more often, and that's
say I don't know.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Grant anonymity.
Oh, yeah.
To people.
Yeah.
And then let them talk.
Yeah.
Because he talks about NFL, NFC execs, AFC execs, stuff. People that have done their diligence on the quarterbacks. People really like Dart. I think Dart's viewed as value.
No, there's no doubt about that.
You just got to be careful that you don't take
overvalue. Yes.
Yeah, just depending on how you. It's interesting. The really good organizations put a valuation on a player,
and they stick.
To it. They're disciplined.
It's a lot like college collectives. They go, "You're worth that. I'm not getting into the emotional. You want more than that? Enjoy Seton Hall, wherever you go."
And then really good organizations across the board in sports, they don't listen to outside noise on evals. They do their own eval.
Oh.
They don't listen to what everybody says. They take the guy that they think is the fit for their team.
Shockingly, some are better at it than others.
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, everything. They do their own internal eval and stick to it.
You have the Thunder. You have the Grizzlies. They are over here.
Well, there's a lot there with that, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the point is you're talking about a franchise that made an interesting midseason decision with the Grizzlies. You've got the Thunder, who are maybe the number one franchise in sports from a management standpoint right now of the Big Four.
Well, they certainly don't listen to any outside noise,
and it is playing out that way currently on the hardwood, I guess you would say. So, all right, we'll get into it in a second. First, before we hit those topics, I'm going to tell you about Blue Sky locations all over the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55, throughout North Mississippi, down to the epicenter in Macomb. Most Blue Sky locations also have a Sweet Daddy's there on site. That's ribs, pulled pork. That is so many different options for you, even catering, no matter the group size, whether you're just trying to feed maybe your family, extended family, or a huge gathering, they can help you out there with Sweet Daddy's. Give them a shout, and we'll go from there. Also coming to you from the Clark Ford studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900 is the number. Call it. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're thinking about. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. For one more week, that quote's real easy. It's employee pricing at Clark Ford. So 662-257-1900. You get the prices that Ford employees get for the next 7 days. So take advantage of that. Again, 662-257-1900. Guest join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. The hotline's got to be renovated here soon because our friends at Skype are moving on.
They are not. Microsoft is axing our Skype situation, right?
Yeah.
When is that?
It's like in a week.
Oh, is it? That's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Just when you figure it out. They'll join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized pediatric orthopedic team in North Mississippi, providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit CampbellClinicOxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111.
On the Olympic sports side, Ole Miss men's golf kicking off the SEC championship this morning. They are at St. Simon's Island. Sea Island Golf Club, high of 79 degrees, wind out of the southeast, 10 to 15 miles an hour as they teed off at 7 a.m. this morning. Mentioning that just because from a historic standpoint, they finished the regular season number 1 in the country. And barring some kind of craziness, because everybody in the SEC is pretty good at men's golf, I think they have a pretty good shot of being the number 1 overall seed for the NCAA tournament. I'm assuming no Ole Miss team has ever been the number 1 overall seed in an NCAA tournament of any sport. If that has happened, I'm unaware of it. I guess maybe men's tennis at some point under Billy Chadwick, if they even did the tournaments that way. I do not know the answer to that at all.
I don't know.
I don't think so. The baseball team has never been higher than number 4 from a national seed standpoint. Obviously, basketball has never been a number 1 seed, so
no, it is not.
Chance there for Chris Malloy's group to make some history and be the number 1.
Said something. I'm so glad I didn't.
What you got?
No. I'll tell you later.
You're done? Okay.
Yeah. It pertained to our conversation yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
About something being on the way.
Oh. But I don't know. I mean, I wrote a big thing on it last year, and I mean, I get that most people are not following men's golf, but it's maybe the hardest men's sport on campus to coach. What Malloy is doing to have a number 1 overall seed is phenomenal. There's really not words for what he's
because they really don't even have a course.
No, I mean, he's a buddy, and I know I'm biased, but they've done one hell of a job.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. So they're kicking off the SEC tournament there. Hey, I put a tennis hot board up on the site last night. Did you see that today, Neal? See that?
No.
Men's tennis. Got some names out there, including
Wow.
I think the guy I think they're going to hire.
How about that?
Yeah, I know. So you go there all purpose around the Grove and the rebelgrove.com message board.
Let's go put the butts in the seats right there. That's going to do it.
I didn't put it out front. I guess I could.
Why not?
Put a picture of the Palmer Solemn Tennis Center. But I dug up 4 or 5 names. I'm
impressed.
I got a tip and then checked a couple of them with somebody else. That I have 2 tennis courts might be the bigger upset of the day here, but
I'm impressed.
You can go. That is up there on the site for where Ole Miss could be headed in men's tennis. So they are looking for a coach after parting ways with Toby Henson after I think 11 seasons, which is crazy. I didn't realize Billy had been gone quite that long. So nonetheless. Used to be a big deal. Around Ole Miss, but they have fallen off over the. Tupelo said thanks earlier. He just pointed out the Grizzlies' failure. Well, I mean, it's pretty eye opening right now. It's kind of like right in front of your face. I don't even really watch much of it, and it's there. So, I don't know the last time the Saints had a top
lot
10
there.
pick. Not sure. Yeah, not sure there. So. Golf's a sport, but it is very skillful more than athletic ability. But if you have athletic ability, it certainly helps.
Yes. There's a reason.
Tiger showed you that back in the day.
There's a reason that when you watch Major League Baseball players or NBA players or NFL players hit a golf ball, for the most part, they're really good at it.
Hand-eye coordination is the key.
Yeah.
The better your hand-eye coordination, the better you naturally are at golf.
Sure.
And eyesight.
Yes.
I mean, it's
like Tyler and them are all getting up and playing on Saturday. And
you're not.
No, I mean, I don't even have clubs. I don't have shoes.
You're right-handed, though. I can hand you a club.
Yeah, but I don't.
You don't need them fitted to yourself.
All those guys shoot like in the 80s and stuff.
I don't know. I played with Tyler. I don't know. He hits it a long-ass way.
He might. Oh, really?
Oh, don't shoot me.
Yeah.
I caught him on a bad day, and I just heckle him now every time as we move forward. But it's fine.
I can hit it a long way too. I just have no idea where it's going. Zero clue.
We'll start with baseball. Last night, Governor's Cup, amid an SEC night where a lot of stuff is kind of going on. I mean, go there real quick. I mean, it was kind of a random night inside the league, which happens especially late in the year when it comes to these midweeks. You're trying to protect your pitching. Like I saw a message board thread yesterday of, hey, why didn't you bring in Morris? No, Mason Morris did not need to put cleats on last night. I don't care if it was one pitch. No, you have to maximize him in whatever decision-making they decide for the weekend as that moves forward. There was your usual laughers throughout the league in a lot of areas, but like South Carolina had hit a walk-off in the 10th to beat North Florida. Texas scored 4 runs in the 9th to upend Texas State in San Marcos last night. A little road game there for the Longhorns. And that one, Vandy, who's coming into town in Oxford this weekend, they got beat 5-3 by Middle Tennessee last night. Blue Raiders made the quick trip from Murfreesboro to knock them off there at Hawkinsville in Nashville.
Doubt if Tim Corbin lost too much sleep.
Little Rock, after beating Ole Miss a week ago, fumbled all over themselves, committed 5 errors in a 10-0 loss to the Razorbacks last night in Fayetteville. So they did not replicate what happened at Swayze last week. Oklahoma loses a home game to Oral Roberts last night. Oral Roberts comes in Norman and knocks them off. And then, look, they don't hide it. It's every single year, but LSU does not put effort into midweek games. They suck at them, frankly. And last night, the Demons, is that right?
Yes.
Northwestern State?
Yes,
the Demons of Northwestern State, 13-3.
How about that?
Over the LSU Tigers at Alex Box last night. LSU committing 3 errors, losing, now 34-8 overall in that one. Missouri State at home. Are they in Springfield? Isn't that right from Missouri State?
Yes, that's correct.
They played the Missouri Tigers last night. How do you think that one went? How do you think Missouri State, Missouri went in Springfield last night?
I'll say Missouri State defeated Missouri 7-4.
Missouri State did win.
Okay.
11-0.
11-0. Yeah.
I mean, Neal.
It is what it is.
Neal.
They don't care. And if
But Missouri State doesn't have more resources than Missouri. 11-0.
But when you decide that you're just not going to do it, you just don't do it.
Don't do it halfway. Don't sort of give money to it.
No, I mean, they sacrificed it.
Missouri State 13 hits, Missouri 3 hits.
You got to think Missouri's a little checked out right now, right? I mean,
12-27, 0-18. I'll get to Super Chat in 1 second. Auburn knocks off Georgia Tech 1-0 last night. Pretty well played game on the Plains. Bush's team has pitched it incredibly well. And then team that Ole Miss, having the win over them, is going to help later on potentially. The Clemson Tigers, they at home last night, Eric Bakich and his boys knock off Georgia 3-0 in a midweek Tuesday there in Clemson. So
how's Clemson done this year?
They're ranked number 2 in the country, and they're 36-7.
Good day to be him.
Good day to be.
He'll have options.
Yeah, Missouri State is good. I will. Daniel makes a good point. I am kind of making fun of Missouri, but Missouri State is a good program.
Yeah.
They did beat Arkansas earlier in the year.
Oh, yes, right. They're the ones that scored all the runs in the 9th to beat.
I think they were the 3 seed in Oxford or the year that Tennessee Tech happened. For some reason, I think Missouri State was the 3.
I don't remember. I do remember Tennessee Tech,
but
that was a Monday.
Yes, Grizz. It was very Brad Logan of me to post a Billy Brewer video on my own message board behind a paywall. Yes, that was the same thing. Very much so. Nothing. Okay.
I'm showing great restraint today. I'm very proud of myself so far. It's 8:24. I mean, the day could get away from me, but right now I'm winning.
The funny part of this is the subtext that is just pouring out of me right now that I can't.
Nope.
I know I said Tennessee Tech. You guys always yell at me, but I do. I think Missouri State was the 3 that year for some reason. I think I watched Tennessee Tech, Missouri State play earlier in the day before the weird 11-1 blowout or whatever that score was that day when James MacArthur started for the Rebels.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So last night, it was not the best night to try to write about a game in any context at all. They had a 1-hour rain delay, lightning delay in the second inning last night. So the game started at 6.
That sucks.
Got a 1-hour delay in the second inning. Cade Townsend came back for Ole Miss after the delay. He was okay. State led 3-0 early. Rebels come back, take a 5-3 lead. They score 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. Will Furness with a home run there of the 2-run variety. Isaac Humphrey got on base 3 times last night. Ryan Moorman got on base 4 times last night. Humphrey hit a triple, had a sacrifice fly. Those 2 guys were very good. Maybe it gets Moorman heated up a little bit there if you can get a spurt out of him. And then Ole Miss fumbled all over themselves. No really other way to put it. They got a good outing out of Braden Jones for an inning and a third. And then between a couple of arms there, Alex Caney came in and Landon Waters. Both gives up 2 runs apiece in .2 innings each. So State scored 4 runs over that over that frame. They scored 4 in the 6th to take a 7-5 lead at that point. I have to do the math in my head. A 7-5 lead, and it looked like it was going to be another one of those games. I was writing ahead because it was late, and I was going ahead and get some paragraphs down. And I sort of wrote a lead at that point because that's where we were. That it's not even necessarily that Ole Miss is losing; it's how they're losing right now. Because at that point, they were 1 for 10 runners in scoring position. They committed 3 errors. They had 4 wild pitches last night. They stranded at that point 10.
Don't typically win games with those numbers.
No, it was it was an easy theme to be writing about. And then what this team does is they just kind of keep plugging along, and little engine that coulding a little bit. They are down to their final 2 outs in the 9th inning. Isaac Humphrey comes in, gets a single, or comes up to the plate, gets a single. And then Austin Foley, who is just white hot right now, hits the ball out of the ballpark. He hammers a 1-1 pitch deep into the left field gap over the left field wall there to tie it. And then in the 9th, Braden Randall starts off with an infield single. He moves to 2nd on a wild pitch. He moves to 3rd on a wild pitch. It was not a well-played baseball game last night. Ole Miss tried to squander it a little bit. They get a runner on 2nd with nobody out. Mitchell Sanford strikes out. Luke Hill pops out foul, I believe, at that point. And you're thinking, okay, to the 11th we go. And then Will Furnace again, really good at bat. Sees several pitches and sort of pokes a ball over the shortstop's head going the other way from the left side. He's been working on that a ton this year. And it was a good game. It was a really good at bat last night from Will Furnace, and that ended at 8-7 the way of the Rebels last night in that one. So
I was not on rebelgrove.com last night, but I'm guessing there was quite the emotional swing.
They were frustrated around the 8th or so. Yeah, you cut the program, cut all the funding, kill everyone. Yes, pretty much. And then, in the 10th, you go, I'll be dang, tough group.
We could get that national seed after all. Yeah, no.
Right there.
Sports are so fickle, man.
RPI is bouncing all over the freaking place. They were 12th a week ago. They fell to 22 after Sunday. This morning, they were back up to 16.
So there's a group, in other words, there's a group that's basically have the same RPI.
That every time that one game, because Austin P loses the Tennessee State, we have a change. Right. Yeah. That's what's happening right now. But look, opportunity abounds for the Rebels at this point. 16, I think, is going to be kind of shaky to get a host. I think if you're really trying to host, you might need 17. Just looking at the way the RPI could play out as this thing moves forward.
16 SEC wins.
Correct, yes. Now you offset the Texas law.
Does this count as one?
Wrote a column on it yesterday, or column's probably too strong, but wrote a story on it where it counts when they want it to count. You have no idea. A lot of times they use it as a reason not to give you a host if you lose it versus pointing it out as a reason that you got the host if you win it.
Look, Avery, you're not going to come in this thread on today of all days, the Wednesday after Easter, and go after the Magnolia Cup trophy the way that you just did. You're just Magnolia Bowl, whatever it's called. You're not doing it. That's the greatest sports trophy in all of sports.
It's the bulkiest.
I don't know what the Governor's Cup looks like or doesn't look like.
It's a nice little glass crystal.
And I don't care.
Cup
well,
thing.
I mean, who can't do that?
It takes something special to.
I mean, they went to Lafayette High School and got as
we always say, it's the second iteration too.
Yes.
They changed it to this. This is the remodel.
What if we just char the wood? Anybody got a lighter?
Got one of those brands like we put on the cattle. It's not in the room with all the national championship trophies and things in the lobby of the Manning Center.
Well, I don't have it right now.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, my bad. But it wasn't anyway.
Yeah.
It is my bad.
You're just playing all the hits. Up next on the show, Bryce Drew, everyone.
The third segment today, we're going to recap the Kentucky game from 2024. We got Matt Jones on it live, and so blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. Yes. They do not currently have the trophy.
Up next, we're going to break down Bo Wallace's fumble into the end zone. A dissection of the Kentucky game from last September upcoming.
I do kind of – I don't understand the trophy, but I don't mind. Whatever. If you just want to hand them a midweek baseball trophy, it's whatever.
Oh, I mean,
I'm not losing sleep over that one.
I'm actually all for the obscure trophies. It's one of the things I think I like about the Big Ten is that every game has a trophy attached to it. Like
everyone.
Paul Bunyan's axe or something, and you're like, sure, why not?
I did have that funny laugh a minute last night when the Ole Miss lined up and took like a team picture with the trophy when the game's over. And it's almost midnight. They've played this 10-inning game. They'd like to get on the bus and get back to Lafayette County.
Yeah.
Most of the players, or at least half the starting lineup, is transfers. They had no idea this thing even existed. And they said, hey, guys, I need you to line up real quick with this cup. They're going, what are we doing? Okay.
There's fried chicken waiting for us in the bus. Can we go?
I think they had food after.
Yeah.
Got something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody went down to a sandwich shop and
they figured that out.
That's always like the haves and have-nots that I think about is I've got a friend that's pretty close with the Indiana State team, and they were talking about that in the regional. I guess were they in LSU, wherever they were. No, maybe they hosted. Anyway, wherever they were, the big market team, had all these catered meals comes in, and they literally had the Uncrustables.
Wow.
They had water and Uncrustables.
That's unbelievable.
And it was like
sometimes I'll ask Greg Jones, like when, who was it? I think it was Florida. Is Florida coming here? Have they already been here this year?
They came here. Yeah. They had a weekend series here.
He told me about what he fed the Florida baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
There's like no budget.
It's just, no, he gave him a number and they were like, sure, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I think I mentioned this when Tennessee's basketball team came in. I think their night before meal was at Tico's. So do the math.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
the whole traveling party.
Yeah. It just is. I mean, it's. You're trying to keep one school's trying to keep their program from losing $5-6 million, and then in some sports that matters, some that doesn't. But like it just depends. And then you got others that it is what it is. All over the place today. But Ole Miss is in decent shape. Vanderbilt coming in this weekend. Win the games. Get 2.
Yeah, it's a big weekend.
7-5 will get it done.
It should be a fun series.
6-6 could get it done, but I think you're getting a little shaky.
Yeah. I mean, I do think this will be entertaining baseball. I've watched these two teams play. They're different. This will be kind of
because they pitch the crap out of it.
Kind of a who can exert their will. If this were a basketball game, it'd be a who can maintain pace of play.
Ole Miss's remaining weekend series are against RPI number 3, RPI number 27, RPI number 46, and RPI number 4 the rest of the way. So
yeah, opportunities.
Vanderbilt is number 3, Auburn number 4. They've come a long way. Facing a lot of good pitching down the stretch outside of state. Auburn can kind of get you a little bit, can throw it. Vandy can throw it. Oklahoma's going to try to small ball you and pitch you.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be you can't commit a bunch of errors and give a bunch of free runs because there's no guarantee you're going to score enough for it to matter. So probably it's a little more baseball at some point, but those are the main topics from last night. Again, the Rebels get it done. They are 10-8 in the SEC. With Vandy coming in, they won their 29th overall game last night, I believe. I believe they were 29-11 after 40. Somebody asked if they're going to make up the game with Southeastern Louisiana. I have not heard that, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. They need a 56th game, and Southeastern Louisiana currently 55 in the RPI as of this morning. So Lions got a good season going there down in Hammond should they choose to do that. So,
you keeping up with the hockey playoffs at all?
I like the hockey playoffs. I mean, my team is not in it, but
they're showing the highlights and all the games go to overtime. They just showed Toronto and the people outside the arena. You would have thought it was like the Stanley Cup. This is round 1, right?
This is round 1. Yes, this is round 1. We'll look at that in a second. We got time. You say data or data? Well, at my house, we say data. For the longest time, I thought paying a fortune on my monthly data plan was just normal. Until I found out about Mint Mobile and their premium wireless plans that start at $15 a month. Say bye-bye to overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data or data, your choice. Unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can keep your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium service with Mint Mobile for $15 a month. No matter how you say it, don't overpay it. Shop data plans for mintmobile.com/MPW. That's mintmobile.com/MPW. Upfront payment $45 for 3 month 5 gigabyte plan required. New customer offer for 3 months. Full price plans options available. Taxes and fees extra. Mint Mobile for details.
Brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating, different names, same great people, products, and services. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer. 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, South Haven, Memphis, those areas, call Southern 662-429-4429. We're brought to you by Window Hero, from window cleaning to pressure washing, gutter guards, gutter cleaning, and everything in between. Window Hero has the experience, equipment, and expertise to make your property look and feel brand new. If you're in North Mississippi, get in touch with Window Hero. There's lots of pollen and stuff out now. Pressure washing, you can get it off your roof, you can get it off your driveway, make everything look great. If you live anywhere in North Mississippi, get in touch with Roby and Susan Allen, 662-510-7077 to get an estimate or learn more at windowhero.com. Oxford locals, Ole Miss families, if you need dry cleaning or laundry done right, Lapel's Dry Cleaning has you covered. Proudly serving the Oxford community since 2016. Lapel's takes care of everything from suits and formal dresses to comforters and everyday laundry. Even better, they offer free pickup and delivery to make life easier. Just call 662-638-3149 to be added to their pickup and delivery route, or visit them at 3010 Old Taylor Road, right across from the Mark Condominiums. Mention Rebel Grove for 50% off your first order. Trust Lapels to keep you looking your best. Are you retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with the personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Sego Wealth Management, specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting, see what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. And if you're coming in this weekend for Double Decker, stop by Arnett's Fine Jewelry. It's a fourth-generation jeweler located in the old Lamons Jewelry Building right there on North Lamar in Oxford. They offer expert jewelry repair, diamond engagement rings, wedding bands, stackable diamonds, genuine stone bands, pearls, genuine color stones, diamond jewelry, flexible bangles, pendants, earrings, and more. It's graduation season, a lot of anniversaries coming up, that kind of thing. They want to be your go-to place for gifting at Arnett's. They want to be your jeweler.
Podcast is brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area, and they offer medicine. Free prescriptions the same time each month and take care of you. One trip at the pharmacy, one delivery. You have everything you need when you need it with G&M. So, again, whether that is in Holly Springs with Tyson Drugs or Oxford with G&M, 662-236-2222. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, I did put the MPW Digital roast thing in to see what it did. After that was mentioned on yesterday's show, it asked, what does MPW Digital stand for? Mostly pointless waffling was what ChatGPT threw at us at some point there.
It's fair.
On that, the audio quality swings like a mood ring in a breakup. One mic sounds like it was recorded in a studio. The other like it's broadcasting from a submarine in the Mariana Trench. And the pacing, imagine trying to binge watch paint dry. Podcast allegedly about Ole Miss sports, but somehow every episode turns into a Rocky Top Gun fanboy circle. Amazing. It's like tuning in for SEC analysis and getting a Stallone film festival mixed with a side of volleyball montages. It's fair.
Fair.
It's not.
I mean, it's kind of mean, but it's fair.
They'll be like, so let's talk about Lane Kiffin's play calling, and 5 minutes later they're arguing about whether Maverick could outcoach Bear Bryant if he had the right aviators. So,
it depends on Maverick's roster. If you give him all the advantages that Bryant had with assembling a roster, Maverick could have won.
It's about the Jimmies and the Joes.
Absolutely. Maverick could have won at Alabama in the 70s.
One of those I'll beat yours with mine or mine with yours kind of guy.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Are you looking forward to the draft at all tomorrow? Is it an event for you in any capacity? Because you do like the NFL.
Yeah.
And you like the...
I like the draft.
You like the general totality in the NFL more than like a team. So how does the draft fall in with that being the case?
I'm kind of interested this year because the team that we just got through covering, even though I know they didn't achieve their goals or whatnot, I genuinely kind of liked the people that we covered. So I'm cheering for those guys. Like, I really hope it goes well for Jackson. For Princely, for JJ, for Jared Ivey, Caden Prieskorn. I'm more interested, I think, in where the people go this time. And then there's some storylines. Like, there's rumblings that the Bears could do some stuff. There's rumblings that the Bengals are going to do some things to add picks. I'm fascinated in this whole Shedeur Sanders thing because privately a lot of NFL people they're not crazy about him. He's not as athletic as they hoped he would be. But it's a quarterback league and you need quarterbacks. And yeah, I think the draft is interesting. Now, tomorrow my attention will be diverted a little bit because I'm more interested in the NBA playoffs right now than I am the draft. But no, the draft is interesting.
Whose mock did you ask me about earlier today?
Oh, I didn't do I wasn't even reading a mock. I was reading Pelissero's comments.
Okay. So ESPN sort of did
I'm actually going to ride ahead a little bit today for draft tomorrow night since I'll be podcasting.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I was going to use some of his stuff.
So ESPN did sort of a pool resources, what you're hearing, kind of threw one of their final mocks together. And a lot of what you would anticipate, top of the thing. Cam Ward still won, even though, I mean, you said based on that off that Adam Schefter comment yesterday, one team said he'd been 7th last year, and you're putting your entire franchise on him.
He's going 1, and Travis Hunter's going 2.
A lot of buzz about Abdul Carter at 3.
Yeah.
Penn State.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of drama at the top of the draft.
Patriots, Campbell, 4. John T. Jags, 5. Missouri OT, Mimbu, 6 to the Raiders.
And I think if Jonty falls to 6, the Raiders will take him.
Tyler Warren, 7 to the Jets. Tight end, Penn State.
He's a good player.
Jalen Walker, linebacker, Panthers, 8. They have Mikael Williams from the Giants, from Georgia, going to the Saints at 9. Saints media has come out strong saying it's not Shedeur Sanders. I mean, really
I know he's not
strong.
your guy, but Duncan basically guaranteed it.
Yeah. And he's not, he's sourced, as much as he gets on my nerves. So, yeah. Even here, they say we just do not see Shedeur Sanders as the pick, despite all the assumptions when the Derek Carr injury news trickled out earlier this month. They basically essentially want to find somebody who might can be the next Cameron Jordan as Cameron ages out now. They got the Colts in Indianapolis trading here. They have the tight end from Michigan going 10 from that trade. Colston Loveland. Walter Nolan, 11 to the San Francisco 49ers on this mock draft this morning.
That would
be a good day for Walter.
That's a good day for Walter. I think his stock has risen.
I'd be shocked if Nolan fell out of the top 15 at this point, says the person doing this selection in the mock draft. He might be the fastest riser in the entire draft. He's quick. He's a people mover and had a great pre-draft process. Everyone's focused on Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart, but Nolan is the Rebels prospect I hear about more. Don't be shocked if he goes before Mason Graham, the more heralded defensive tackle. The defensive line was once a real strength to the 49ers, and they are trying to return to that era. Walter Nolan at 15 would be, at 11, would be really interesting. But this guy saying he does not, this is Peter Schrager, does not believe that he will fall out of the top 15 at this point. So notable there. He mentions Mason Graham, the DT of Michigan, somebody Nolan is, quote, competing against for a draft spot. 13 to the Dolphins on that one. The Bears had traded back in this mock draft to take Kelvin Banks out of Texas, the offensive tackle. A lot of Texas, a lot of Alabama in the middle of the draft. Shedeur Sanders, 21 to the Pittsburgh Steelers, is what ESPN's mock has this morning.
Okay.
I know Sanders had a good meeting in Pittsburgh when he visited a few weeks back. All of a sudden, the Steelers don't have a quarter QB1 on their roster. This might be viewed as a slip down the board for Sanders. He could go anywhere from number 3 to the second round. Going to Pittsburgh here as the second quarterback in the class wouldn't be so bad. Number 26, a trade.
Okay. Cleveland.
The LA Rams trading for a team that wants to trade up and get Jackson Dart at 26. The New York Football Giants.
Oh. I know we all make the jokes about the Giants and stuff. That would make some sense.
It would make sense.
He's the kind of guy that could handle that, I think.
In this deal, the Giants would send pick 34 and 99 to the Rams to move up to 26. New York would keep its original third-round pick, number 65, to continue to add talent to his roster. And if the draft falls this way, the Rams will be okay with this. They don't currently have a second-round pick, but if they agree to this deal, they'd have 4 picks on day 2. The Giants would pounce on Dart at the spot.
My anticipation is that someone is going to trade up in the first round to take him. And I'll tell you this, if he doesn't go in the first round, I will be absolutely floored if Cleveland doesn't take him at the first pick of the second round. Stunned. Shock. And that's sourced.
Think Kevin Costner's still there as the GM?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. That didn't work out.
That didn't last.
Okay. Of course it's the Browns, though, in the movie.
Yeah.
Has to be the Browns.
Yeah.
It's just perfect.
He likes obscure Midwest teams. Detroit Tigers.
Oh, interesting.
Cleveland Browns.
I mean, even in Tin Cup, he was running the driving range in West Texas, like out in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't flashy.
Yeah, right.
Field of Dreams, Iowa.
Tigers do have great uniforms, though. God, they're amazing.
Most underrated baseball uniform.
Tigers home? Yeah, for sure.
Most underrated. We don't talk about that one in the context of the Dodgers. And
it's. I think it's the best one.
Do you?
Yeah. The home one.
Okay. Old English D.
So clean. The piping's exactly right. Amazing.
It's the exact opposite of when Kentucky puts the weird Power Cat looking thing on their hat for that logo.
Oh, I mean, not to get down the whole uniform trail, but yeah, it's my dislike of Kentucky, I think, is rooted in uniforms because it should be so good. And sometimes they break out the exact right look, and you're like, "What do you just stick with this?"
And you're the one that gives them tons of credit, even for the Secretariat thing. You're fine with the checkerboard.
Oh,
they can incorporate that into their.
I actually have grown to like it.
Yeah.
But then they break out chrome and pewter and stuff, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
Bit of a fall here because I've seen Maxwell Harrison, speaking of Kentucky, go fairly high, at least the middle of the first round, and he is listed as the last pick of the first round in this draft.
Who is?
Maxwell Harrison, the corner out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
whatever. Well, this is the part of the draft that, like, I'm not the football expert that a lot of people are, and I can't go, "Oh, that guy's a first round pick over." I'll just take their word for it. I do know this from covering college football. You do too. The scouts work hard.
I don't even think that's a hot take from the stream. The mock drafts are way more fun than the actual draft.
Unless there's a lot of trades.
Well, okay, yeah. But in general, I want all the mocks every day. Let me look and read. Let me see what's going on.
Well, so tomorrow the first 4 picks will take an hour, and we already know who they are. That's the drag of the draft. The first round takes too damn long. It's a 4-hour TV presentation.
They have greatly messed up the Ole Miss powder blue uniforms by not having a stripe on the pant. Yes, it is a way worse uniform now.
I know it's not.
Nike is butchering uniforms across the country right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting to grow like an Adidas reputation.
You see it in the college game. I mean, they don't even appear to fit right on some guys.
Well, the cream suit I like from far, but you get up on it and it's just not well made. It's like really thin mesh and every time we do interviews, I'm like, your jersey. I just like stare at it. Can't help it. All that about the Giants and Dart coincided with this and another story they put out yesterday. This says, then they're the Giants. While I can't rule it out entirely, most of the people I talk to still don't expect the Giants to take a quarterback with a third pick. The most likely outcome is Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter. Obviously, yeah, it means they're not taking Sanders at 3 is what this is talking about. And then if something happened where the Browns screwed up and didn't take Hunter, they would take him at 3 if he were there.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if the Browns don't take him.
And then use their second-round selection to solve their long-time quarterback problem. That can mean sitting tight and using the 34th pick or trading up on Thursday. And they, again, mentioned Dart or potentially Jalen Milroe, but all signs are pointing to Dart should come to pass.
I just don't know how you could take Milroe if Dart was on the table. I just think Jackson has a really high floor.
Dart's getting a lot of late buzz, and I don't think it'd be a surprise at this point if he were the second quarterback taken. In addition to those 3 teams, I've also heard speculative connections to the Browns and Rams. It's possible that if he's the apple of someone's eye, there could be a trade movement in the first round to secure him. Let's see. Most of the chatter I've heard in the past couple of days indicates a growing impression the Giants coach Brian Daboll prefers Dart over Sanders and the rest of the non-Ward passers on the board. I doubt they would take him at 3, but if they were trying to trade out of that spot, it's possible they could pick him later in the round. It's also worth noting that Giants GM Joe Schoen, not Daboll, was in charge of making the pick. Daboll's opinion is certainly significant in the final evaluation, but if the organization as a whole settles on Sanders or someone else, don't be surprised. As Daboll said in his news conference, it's a collaborative process with a lot of people contributing opinions and evaluations. Well, that's a good way to screw up your franchise is, hey, your head coach wants one quarterback and you take the other one. Good luck with that moving forward. Yeah. That'll go real well.
I mean, come on.
You hired the guy. He picks. I mean, you can't put all respect aside to Moneyball with, was it Art Howe not being able to make some of the decisions.
Yeah.
You don't hand the head coach the quarterback and go, nope, not your guy. Here, this dude.
Because if that's
the head coach, because I don't want to work with that guy. Well, sorry, here's your new franchise quarterback.
Because if that's the case, you probably should go ahead and fire your coach.
You should
get another coach. Synergy, organizational synergy. That's what the Grizzlies did to Taylor Jenkins. You're the head coach, but we're going to fire your staff. And we're going to bring in another staff and make you run an offense that you don't want to run. Shocker, it didn't work.
Is he getting another gig? What's going to happen to him?
Oh, yeah, he'll be a hot commodity.
Will he?
Yeah.
One AFC executive said that the kid from Louisville is his number 2 quarterback on the board.
Shuck.
However you pronounce it. Is that right? Shuck?
I think it's Shuck.
Not shock or show.
Or Shock. Shock.
Shock.
Shock, not Shuck. Shock.
So SHOUGH is Shock.
Or Shuck.
Okay.
I feel bad about it because people mispronounce my name so badly.
Downstream a little bit, possibilities for Kyle McCord and Will Howard to get drafted at some point during the course of draft night.
Okay.
They're QB2s. You're using a pick on a backup quarterback.
I would rather my team trade for Jake Browning than draft some of those guys.
Jake Browning.
Yeah. He won games. He's won games in the NFL. I'd trust him more than I would Kyle McCord. That's this great thing about America is it can be whatever the young man wants it to be. It's true. Will State have a player drafted? I don't know. I don't.
Not up on that.
I'm not up on that. Is there a new Star Wars coming out or something? That's why they have stormtroopers on the ESPN set. I'm sorry. My attention span is weak today.
They're doing a little cross promotion because Disney owns ESPN and Star Wars.
I'm guessing.
I'm not familiar. I saw Jeffrey mentioning the Andor or whatever on Twitter last night.
Okay.
So something to do with that. I am not a Star Wars person at all.
I'm not either.
You guys rake me every time I say it, but I've never seen one all the way through.
I mean, I did when
I've seen pieces.
I did when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
I don't watch the new ones when they come out. Let's put it that way.
No, I don't either.
There's actually a lot of franchises like that I haven't watched. I feel like it's a hole in my knowledge base.
Andor season 2. I thought it was a movie, but it's a season. I don't know.
Okay,
beats me.
It's streaming.
Okay,
I'm assuming on Disney Plus. There we go. How'd they say his name? Do we know?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, he was 5th in the ACC in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Well, that'll do it. Yeah, I don't buy it. See the name of the horse that's favored to win the Kentucky Derby?
No. When is the Derby? Next week?
Yeah, it's always the first week in May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next
week.
Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
No, who's the horse?
You haven't seen this?
No.
Journalism. It's the favorite. I'm serious.
I hope it loses. I now have a horse to cheer against.
Who cheers against the favorite?
Why did they name it journalism? Do you know the backstory?
No. I mean, Sammy, are you here today? I don't know. And it appears the Kentucky Derby website's down. It says error establishing a database connection.
Ah.
I'm trying to look it up. You think that many people were trying to look up the Derby horse today?
I wouldn't think so. That is a cool event. I mean, that's like a bucket list. I'd like to go kind of thing. You got some Kentucky ties. Have you ever been to the Derby?
I've been to Dawn at the Downs. So like where you have the brunch with the practice day, but I've never been to the actual Derby.
Okay.
So I've been on Millionaires Row while the horses were on the track.
Oh.
But I have not been to the actual Derby.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little clarity there. Brandon Bolden just didn't dispute it. The host said that, and then it just sort of moved on from there. But it doesn't look like it's gained any kind of traction at all. So, whatever. I have not seen that.
I saw the clip, but I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. Hayden says I'm getting the redneck version of the Kentucky Derby this weekend. Yeah, I have no expectations for Talladega. I'm just going in open-minded.
Journalism's home is in Southern California. He flew from Southern California to Indianapolis and then trailered to Louisville.
Okay.
How nervous is that driver?
Oh.
Getting that son of a gun to Churchill Downs.
On the interstate.
Yeah.
Stuff. Come on.
I want police escorts. I want all the security and all the people. I mean,
yeah, because I mean,
this horse.
You can replace.
He's the favorite to win the freaking Derby.
You can replace the truck.
Anything else,
but you're not going to be able to replace the horse, or if he even just gets banged up.
Oh, anything. You take a curve too sharp, dude stumbles.
Yeah, you do wonder. Like he's not. Is he fastened in?
Oh yeah. They got these things on him that keep him from moving.
Probably bored out of his mind.
Oat bag. Gotta get the oat bag. But seriously, yeah, okay, they said that. True Mass says they do have police escorts for horses like that, like 3 or 4 depending on the state. No, 100%. Otherwise, that'd be the most nerve-wracking job in sports, maybe, is driving the Kentucky Derby horses to the track. I'm out. I want none of that responsibility.
No, it's too much.
Millions, tens of millions if he wins this race in
yeah.
stud fees.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look up why he's named that, but I do not have an answer for you at this juncture. Didn't know Neal was going to find a mortal enemy in a horse here for the Derby, but here we are.
I'm not exactly a fan of modern journalism, so I feel bad for.
I mean, it's not like his name's Legacy Media. I mean, you know, it's true.
Boy,
it's a more wide-ranging arc there. All right, AnySpark, fastest, most reliable fiber internet option available. Whether you're streaming the Rebels or connecting with family and friends, they offer both residential and business packages with speeds up to 2 gigabits. To learn more, register for the service. AnySpark.com. AnySpark, get connected, stay local.
We're brought to you by the College Corner. They've got Austin Simmons coming in on Saturday. They're having a meet and greet at the College Corner off of Sisk at the Oxford Commons. He'll be there from noon till about 2:30. So stop by, see him, say hello. They've got autographed footballs, helmets in stock. Obviously, all of the best Ole Miss gear. Gift giving season for grads and stuff as well. So you should think about that. 2 locations in Jackson, and then obviously, you can shop online as well, collegecornerstorems.com. We are brought to you by Argent Wealth. There's a Mind on My Money that's up this morning. Call Argent Wealth's 401k advisory services team today. They'll conduct a complimentary, no-obligation benchmarking and analysis of your current 401k plan. Mention that you heard about Argent Wealth and on BlueSky Live, and you get 10% off of your first year's fees. We're brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. John's part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows him to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits, simply not available to other travelers. Get in touch with John if you want a vacation that's going to be very memorable. Give him some parameters. Give him a budget. He'll give you options. And know this, you don't have to live in or near Memphis to take advantage of his services. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. Get the beautiful, healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign, Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself. It's corinthdental.com.
Well, let's see. What do we have here? 1 second. Mike Patrick passing away at 80 years old yesterday. Tons of sports over the course of his storied career. I mean, everything. Longtime College World Series voice, was the first ESPN Sunday Night Football play-by-play guy, I believe. I believe that's correct.
I just kind of think of him with college football more than anything.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He had a distinct broadcasting voice. He was great.
Died at 80 years old at his home in Fairfax, Virginia. It's a suburb of D.C. Says, spent more than 36 years with ESPN. Got his start with the network as a play-by-play announcer in 1982. Said, yes, his most prominent assignment began in 87 when ESPN first started broadcasting NFL regular season games on Sunday night, and he would remain in the voice of Sunday Night Football until 2005.
Oh, wow.
Sharing the booth with Paul McGuire and Joe Theismann there in that 3-man set.
Oh, wow. It's a blast from the past.
Tons of ESPN and ABC college football and college basketball broadcast. And
he was great.
And his somewhat of an obituary there, they mentioned the Georgia 2007 game against Alabama when he just kind of non sequitur asked what Britney's doing with her life. Speaking of Britney Spears, with no context to the game whatsoever. What Britney who? A baffled Blackledge, Todd Blackledge replied. Patrick was referring to Britney Spears, though he never supplied Blackledge or viewers with a clear explanation for why he brought her up. So
fascinating.
Something was just on his mind. Called more than 30 ACC basketball championships for the network, too. Also did not know this. He was the voice of its women's Final Four coverage from 96 to 2009.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Mm-mm.
Had a hell of a career.
Native of Clarksburg, West Virginia, began broadcasting in Pennsylvania, was soon named sports director at a television station in Jacksonville, where he called the Jacksonville Sharks World Football League games for one season. Also called the Jacksonville University basketball games for radio and television. So, he's also a graduate of George Washington University and was a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Called Maryland football and basketball from 1975 to 1978. And NFL preseason games for Washington from 75 to 82. A lot of stuff there.
It is. Paid his dues. Worked his way up.
Speaking of, mentioned yesterday, I did post the Richard Cross conversation with me from yesterday. We recorded yesterday. Put it up this morning as we discussed his move to the morning show, taking Paul Gallo's seat full-time in February after Paul passed away, January 20th. He had been in sort of an interim basis since October for that. But a good bit there. We talked some sports, some play-by-play, kind of where the industry's headed, what he's doing. And then just simply as a human interest thing, switching your entire day around where you were 3 to 6 and now you're 6 to 9 and how that changes your family life, your day-to-day, and how you prepare. As well as, I asked Richard, I said, there's obviously a scoreboard in news and politics, but the scoreboard's pretty easy in baseball. We got analytics and we got sports. In news, how does he even educate himself to be as factual as needed to then educate other people in today's world of media and where you find news and what to believe and what not to believe and where to read? So we do good with that with him. We talked for a while. We ended up talking about an hour and 15 minutes yesterday about those topics. So that's up. Mind on Your Money up this morning as well, I believe.
Yeah.
If I have that correct.
We talked about Trump going after the Fed and how those comments were impacting the markets and things of that nature. More Martin talking than me. He knows those things.
Just a little light conversation. Nothing crazy. Just a little.
Just stuff. Power of the network. And yes, to answer your question in the stream, McCready and Siskey, instead of our Thursday afternoon show, we're going to do our annual NFL draft show where Tyler talks football and I get distracted by the NBA playoffs.
That's what's going to happen.
Yes. For sure.
I do have a NBA adjacent question for you.
Okay.
Adjacent. No matter what anybody watches, no matter what the sport, we all understand the emotions. And last year you were sort of free rolling with the Thunder. They were beginning the window ahead of schedule, still ahead of schedule, still very, very young.
Very.
The stat that was rolling around that Auburn's team was older than the Thunder this year.
Yes.
From a strictly age standpoint. The Grizzlies are not challenging the Thunder in this series. That is not taking any emotional energy from you at this point because they're going to win the series outside of an injury happening that could screw them down the road or something. But
yeah,
where is sort of your just mental capacity for being nervous versus excited? Where are you sort of on the Thunder's pendulum of this really matters and they need to win right now? Because you're still in the build to an extent, but you're also really freaking good.
Yeah. I think so far the interesting thing for me has been to watch people, media and otherwise, notice this team for the first time. Notice people on the team like Cason Wallace had a dunk in game 1 that everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. I'm like, why? He's maybe the most athletic player on the team. No, the Grizzlies series isn't eating a lot of emotional capacity because the outcome is
predetermined.
I mean, Memphis is not beating Oklahoma City 4 out of the next 5 games. It's not happening. So they might win 1.
Prices are going down for you if you want to go. Way down.
Yeah, it just doesn't work for my schedule.
Okay.
It's so late tomorrow. 8:30 tip means an 8:40 tip.
Oh, you're back at 12:30.
1 in the morning, probably. I don't really like driving that late. I mean, but to answer your question, I mean, I have an opinion on them. I think that they're capable of winning the title. And anytime, you know this from being a Saints fan, anytime that your team is capable of winning the title, you want them to win it.
Because nothing is guaranteed.
Because people say, well, the window's open. Yeah, the window's open, but you never know what's going to happen.
You're disappointed pretty greatly, though, if they lose in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to make the finals for you to feel
For sure.
like it's a justified season in some ways.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've watched a lot of basketball this year, and I think they're the best team in the league.
Yeah. I mean, statistically, they are the best team in the league.
And so when you are the best team in the league, you want your team to win the title. Am I going to be crestfallen if they don't? No. But look, they're good enough to do it. I worry about the second round more than I worry about any round.
Who do they get?
I fear that they're going to get the Clippers, and the Clippers are scary.
Okay.
If they beat the Clippers, I frankly think they have a very strong chance to win the whole thing. You never know what's going to happen. Someone can turn an ankle. I mean, anything can go wrong in sports when you're playing this many games. But
who are the Clips playing?
Denver.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Been a phenomenal series.
That's right. 2 really, really close games to date. I saw this.
But I mean, this is the best Thunder team that they've ever had. It's not close. The way this team was put together is remarkable. And the entire team is under contract for next season. They potentially have 3 picks in this draft, 2 for sure. The sky's the limit for them. They literally can do anything they want. I think they'll just kind of hold court and keep doing what they're doing.
Last night in Indianapolis, Milwaukee falls again to the Pacers. Pacers up 2-0 after a 123-115 win over the Bucks. Last night, Oklahoma City, as previously mentioned, 118-99 against the Grizzlies there in Oklahoma City. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 27 points. Jaren Jackson, 26 for the Grizzlies. Minnesota and L.A.
Shai's been bad in the series so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, legitimately?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minnesota, L.A., that's now 1-1 after the Lakers last night win 94-85 there in L.A. So that shifts to Minnesota for Game 3. Fun series. Doncic 31 points last night. Julius Randle 27 for the Bucks last night. Tonight,
I thought J.J. Redick coached a really good game yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's he done as a coach overall?
He's done great. He's done great. I mean, his adjustments from Game 1 to Game 2, I thought was critical for them.
So you think he's a quality NBA head coach?
Yeah, he'll do it for a long time if he wants to. Tonight,
you got Orlando and Boston. Okay, sure. Boston Game 2 here, and this one Boston leads 1-0.
It's a no contest.
They are favored by 10.5 at home tonight in this one.
Yeah.
Miami is at Cleveland tonight. Cleveland up 1-0. Feels like no contest.
It's a no contest.
Cleveland by 11.5. If you'd like to bet on that one tonight, you can do that. Tickets as low as $52, by the way. There.
Really?
That's low.
Yeah.
In Cleveland, that's odd for a team that's been that good this season. And then Golden State, Houston. That's 8:30 tonight on TNT. Houston favored at home by 3.5 against the Warriors. Golden State does lead 1-0 in the series. So
they do.
Big game for Houston tonight.
Houston, when they went big in Game 1, gave Golden State problems. I wonder if the Rockets scrap some of what they typically do and try to just physically maul the Warriors.
On Thursday, tomorrow night, just because it's in front of me, the Knicks are at the Pistons. That series tied 1-1 now, shifted back to Detroit.
It's fun.
Knicks favored.
Detroit's one of the fun teams in the league this year. They really were. Cade Cunningham had a great season. They put some people around him.
What they did worked.
And
is working.
It's kind of starting to work. And it was a big win. It was their first playoff win in like 17 years or something crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
-1.5 to the Knicks tonight on the road in that one. If you'd like to bet on
It's tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, tomorrow night. Sorry.
Okay.
6 o'clock TNT tomorrow night. Tickets, the lowest to get in the door, $144. An expensive ticket there in Detroit.
I would think Pistons fans are excited.
Oklahoma City at Memphis, Game 3 tomorrow. Oklahoma City by 8.5 on a line, and that one on the road. Tickets as cheap as $7 tomorrow night at the FedEx
Really?
Forum. That is correct. $7. And then Game 3, as you mentioned, the best series to date as far as competitive games, the Nuggets and the Clippers.
It's been awesome.
Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, NBA TV. That's another NBA problem.
Oh,
NBA TV for Clippers and Nuggets tomorrow night, Game 3.
Big time.
That's ridiculous. It's 10 o'clock on East Coast on NBA TV.
It's a problem.
Clippers by 4.5 and tickets $109 to get in. Most expensive ticket in the NBA playoff game is the Minnesota-LA game on Friday.
In Minnesota.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Tickets as low as $186 to get in the door.
Wow. Good for them. I like the Wolves. They're fun to watch. I think Anthony Edwards is just must-watch television, frankly.
I mean, all jokes aside, Blake, you're in the stream, and I agree with you. I feel for you. I mean, it's anybody that has a team can get what this is like, and I wonder if it's what a lot of college teams are feeling when they lose their best player in the portal. He says, Luka had the most points, rebounds, and assists on the team. As a Mavs fan, I'm gutted. Haven't seen a full NBA game since the trade, and I guarantee I watch more than the average person or fans. I still randomly think about it through the day. It doesn't seem real. I
can't believe Nico Harrison hasn't been fired. This comment the other day.
Dude came out and said he didn't realize Luka was loved to that extent.
It's stunning.
What are you doing?
Stunning. I mean, I cannot imagine. No, I don't know. If I were a Mavericks fan,
I shouldn't be blamed for the injuries, was his comment on how he's done his job this year. That was his comment.
I mean, okay, but that doesn't change anything. You traded Luka Doncic. I mean, there are a list of players that you could have traded him for, and I would have been like, okay, well, maybe I get it. Anthony Edwards. Yeah, okay. I'd go, okay. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but okay. Nikola Jokic. I'd go, okay. I mean, sure. I wouldn't trade him for Shea. And I love Shea.
But Anthony Davis?
At 31? And at the time was hurt. They played him before he was even ready to play. It's unbelievable. I mean,
Hayden makes a good point. It's literally, I think that is the comparison. The Braves trading Chipper Jones in 2002.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It'd be the Dodgers trading Shohei right now for a bag of balls.
Rebel 41 says Ant, Jokic, Giannis. That's the list.
Yeah, I can buy that. That's probably right.
Giannis sneakily had a hell of a year, by the way. He's not getting the credit for the year he just had.
I mean, he's great.
He averaged more than 30 a game on more than 60% shooting.
Yeah, he's great. He's awesome. That's why I always, okay, we're going to do the NBA thing. I get why people don't like it. I do. But when people do that, it's not good. The players aren't what I'm like, no, that's not it. You're wrong. The players are great. There's so many great players. Terrible marketing.
Oh,
and they handled the pandemic stuff as bad as you could handle it. And it turned a lot of people off, and I get it. Hell, it turned me off.
And it's hard to get people back.
Look at Major League Baseball. That's why baseball's coming up on a crisis point in a year.
I'm spending 2 seconds on I'm sorry. I'm going to spend 90 seconds on this. So are the facts in dispute?
In the Karen Reed trial?
Yeah. The actual facts are in dispute.
Oh, yeah. The state.
Like the narrative building up to the event.
the state of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is asserting that she ran over him and left him in the blizzard to die.
Okay.
The defense is there was never a collision. He got beat up in the house by fellow cops, and they left his body and framed her. And there is no doubt that they planted evidence.
Well, that's pretty different.
Oh, it's fascinating. This trial has everything that you could want in a movie. Everything. Corruption. Her phone calls that night, the messages she left on his voicemail, she sounds like a deranged lunatic.
Is that where you're at, Luke? Are you really close to this? I know you're in Massachusetts.
Yeah, the area around the courthouse every single day is like tailgating.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is crazy. There's a documentary you should watch. It was on Max. It's 3 episodes. You'd love it.
Oh, look, Neal could do 48 minutes on this trial right now if I want to lead him
absolutely.
down this road.
Absolutely.
He works next door to the courthouse.
Oh, holy shit.
Neal might need you to call in tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'd love.
He's got questions.
Oh, I've got.
He's got a lot of questions.
And look, I think there's a world where.
Hey, real quick, look, you're there. What's the public sentiment locally?
Oh, it's half and half.
Yeah, what do you kind of get from people you're around, or water cooler, or like whatever's going on? While he's replying, I will tell you the Declaration of Independence Center for the Study of American Freedoms located on the Ole Miss campus, and they aim to explore and examine the fundamental and founding principles of the United States of America. They offer an academic minor in freedom studies and scholarship opportunities for Ole Miss students to bring lots of networking potential. And more, contact Stephen Scoltetti or Rankin Sherling Freedom at olemiss.edu or visit independence.olemiss.edu.
Yeah, I'm going to read a couple ads in a second. I mean, people ask me sometimes in mailbags, like, what if you could do something different? I would have been a trial lawyer.
Yeah,
I would have loved
all
it.
In.
I watch court TV. It's on pretty much all day. And some of the stuff is just hideously boring, but I'm fascinated by it. I don't know why. It's kind of my
it's your thing.
My thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting up here sometimes and I'm writing and working on stuff, and I'll just turn something on, and I usually will turn that on.
So you're just listening to testimony.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah. Like the woman in Arizona that defended herself in the murder trial this week.
Yeah.
I mean, she was horrible. It was just.
She found guilty?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, because she did it.
She worse than Lindsay Miller Esquire?
Oh.
Who would you rather have defend you in a trial?
I would have rather had her defend me than Lindsay Miller.
Would you?
Yeah. Lindsay struggled.
Lindsay versus Steve Faree, still the most lopsided legal fight in courtroom history.
And maybe my favorite day on the beat ever. It was hot as hell, and I remember hearing about it. I was like, oh, God, because I think it was a Friday. And I was like, I don't really want to do this on my Friday afternoon, but I probably should go. This is a big story. And I figured everybody else would be there. And I got there and nobody else was there. And I was like, I could leave. And then I went, no, I'm here. And it ended up being the best day ever.
I laugh every time. And I guess I could get this question answered. But I know, because you know what happened was Steve had so many people that could have gone and done this. And he went, I got to see this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Wait, where's my tie? Like, I have to go check this out.
Well,
because he went really soft on like the brother or something during the trial. It was like, okay, this is not.
No. Well, the little kid was crying.
Yeah.
It was bad. But
he wore Laramie's football knee brace, the big offensive line red ones.
On his suit pants. Yeah. And I'm laughing. And the bailiff guy's looking at me like, he's mad at me for laughing, but he's laughing too. And he's like, I can't really get mad at the guy because I'm struggling myself.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Yeah, that would have. I should have sold beer at that. They should have sold beer at that hearing. And had they, I would have recommended Parish Brewing Company. They've got Ghost in the Machine, Envy, Dr. Juice, perfect for nights. These great spring nights that we're getting. Look for Parish Brewing Company products wherever you buy beer. You'll be super happy that you did. Ghost in the Machine is my personal favorite. It's a double IPA. It's just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I want to get to Luke in a second. It's good because I want to talk. Can we talk about it in 5 more minutes? Okay. Easy Hemp Co. Easy is hemp infused sparkling water. It's a guilt-free alcohol alternative. It's a natural way to relax and unwind. It's all natural, made with real fruit, no added sugar, low calorie, gluten-free. One 12-ounce can of Easy has 3 milligrams of THC. With Easy, it's easy to avoid the gummy scare, control your experience. So change the can, not the ritual. It's easy. Visit easyhempco.com to view the Easy Finder to find Easy near you. Easy is Farm Bill compliant with hemp derived from THC CBD extracts. It's for people 21 and older. Enjoy responsibly. And I'll have a mailbag to you today. and it is brought to you by Art Hayes of Sotheby's International Realty. If you're thinking of making a move, put the power of Sotheby's to work for you. As a licensed agent with Sotheby's and a supporter of all things Ole Miss, Art can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you, seriously. So call and ask Art how. 612-805-5929 or email art@arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com.
I'll let you finish that. From a social media standpoint, need to report a bit of a murder. Oregon State baseball. Did you see this yesterday?
Oh, no.
They put a highlight up of one of the plays in their games against Gonzaga. And it says, "Hey, Beeves, this remind you of anything we lead?" And it was a drop pop-up over on the first base side. Arkansas just catching a stray last night from 7 years later from the Oregon State baseball Twitter account.
You wonder how many times that just haunts Dave Van Horn.
According to somebody we both know every day.
I mean,
said that he probably can't quit because of it.
The national championship is in the air.
All Carson Shaddy has to do is catch the baseball.
Just catch the ball. It's crazy. I know people make a joke out of it.
It's the most painful no-win maybe out there because it's not even like somebody hit a ball out of the park or did something to beat you.
No.
It's just in the air.
Yeah. It's just not even.
Catch it.
Yeah, it's just.
There are 10-year-olds that would catch it.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
One of the people in the house, so she and her boyfriend went out drinking that night, and they went to a club where there were a bunch of cops and their wives and stuff drinking, and they invited them back to the house.
Are we in Boston?
Suburbs of Boston.
Suburbs. Okay, got it.
And they invited them back to the house, and she never went in the house.
Okay.
And so the debate is did he go in the house or not.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the people that was in the house at the time that all this went down, in the middle of the night, Googled how long to die in the cold.
Oh, that's not good. Typically don't just
I've
wonder that in the moment.
I've never woke up at 2:30 in the morning and Googled how long to die in the cold.
Google searches are catching more people than anything else right now. It almost feels like people Google info on how to do things along those regards.
Yeah, the lead investigator for the Massachusetts State Police was fired because of his behavior around the case.
It's going well.
So in the first case, the jury got hung, but reportedly they misinterpreted the judge's instructions.
Okay.
They actually voted to acquit on the most serious charge, but they got hung on one of the lower charges, and so they just reported that they were hung. They literally had reached a verdict on 2 of the 3 charges.
Okay.
But it was not allowed to be ruled that way.
They planted its broken taillight?
Yes. Clearly.
Really?
Yeah. Later that day. It was Boston was having a historic blizzard that night. So. Luke, I will say on winter nights when I've contemplated walking home, I Googled if I would die from the cold. Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, he says south of Boston on 95 toward Providence. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I'm in.
Oh, it's fascinating.
So you're saying this is going to take a while?
Oh, yeah, it's a couple months. They're saying this trial will go faster than the first one.
Is the jury sequestered?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't seem problematic at all.
I mean, what could go wrong?
Really?
Yeah. But you start saying a jury's going to get sequestered for 3 months, everyone's going to be like, oh, I hate all people, white people, black people, Hispanic people. I'm a complete racist. I hate cops.
Everyone, death penalty.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate cops. I hate women.
Yeah.
I hate everybody. Yep. Nope. Tell me what I need to say to get off this thing. I'm in. You're going to take my summer for 3 months? No, I'm good.
We're going to pay you.
Yeah, $20 a day or something.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't know.
You've done this.
It's like $50 a day.
You mentioned at the top of the show, Toronto did beat Ottawa last night. They lead that series 2-0 in the NHL playoffs. Carolina up 2-0 in their series.
Tupelo asked if I think she's guilty. Here's the problem. If I'm on that jury, I have to vote to acquit. Do I think it's possible that she did it? Sure. But the planting of evidence is that's nope.
Well, I mean, literally, that rules out more than a preponderance of the evidence. I mean, like the evidence is not
that creates doubt, reasonable doubt. I think that's where juries struggle too, is that they get in the room and they don't follow the jury instructions. Like I was the foreperson in that jury that I was on. And when we went back to deliberate, I said, let's read the instructions. Let's just follow the instructions that we've been tasked. That's our job. That's all that we're being tasked. We're not.
You're not in a room to go, hey, what do you think?
No.
Yeah.
No. Or how do you feel?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a good one.
Right. Let's. What are we charged to do?
Because I've heard from people on juries where a lot of times that's the problem is you got people who they want someone to pay because something was horrific. So it's why I feel like somebody should be punished. So just because it's terrible. And
I mean, is there a world where she gets acquitted and you're letting someone off who hit her boyfriend in a fit of rage and left him to die? Yes. But is there a world where you vote to convict and you send an innocent woman to prison for 20 years because police decided that they had to frame somebody and cover up a crime that actually occurred inside the house by police? Which of those two is more acceptable? It's not even close.
That's topic here, but I found this interesting. Back on basketball for 1 second.
Okay.
The Athletic ran their anonymous polls where they asked players across the league their
Carson's
opinions
favorite day
to
of the
a
year.
bunch of answers. You can read it at the Athletic. So again, you don't have to, I'm not going to read them all there, but a few highlights. They chose Therese Halliburton of the Pacers as the most overrated player in the league by his peers.
It's good news for the Pacers because that fired him up.
And he had 21 and 12 last night in that one. Rudy Gobert, number 2 on that list from his.
I'm more in on Gobert than I am Tyrese. Tyrese's a pretty good player.
He's also in Indiana. Just doesn't really doesn't scratch much.
But these are his peers. This is what's interesting. I love stories like this.
Wemby, the next face of the NBA. Okay, hard to argue.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, number 2.
Okay.
In that one.
I can buy it.
Yeah, good there. Your boy, Martin Daynault, the league's best coach. Hard to.
I think so.
Tons of wins 2 years in a row, but most people in the country could not tell you who he coaches. My opinion.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Don't know what it means. Don't know how to handle it.
Well, and he doesn't get enough credit for what happened this year because this year they started the season with Isaiah Hartenstein hurt. Chet Holmgren has 9 incredible games to start the season, and then he breaks his hip and was gone for 4 months. And they just kept playing. It was genius, really. I mean, it really was. It was. They won 68 games despite their team was never really healthy.
Out of 137 votes cast, the Celtics, the team to win the NBA title with 57% on this list.
Experienced.
Also in the East, so you're there easier.
Right.
You only have to win one series against the West versus getting through the West, I think, which matters. Shea was 3rd on face of the league in 5 years. Tatum 4, Luka 5, Paulo 6. Trae Young, the number 3 most overrated player in the league.
For sure.
Jimmy Butler, number 4. Bradley Beal, number 5. Draymond, number 6. Neal nodding along.
No arguments.
Good, okay.
The Draymond thing drives me insane.
League most underrated player, number 1, Cade Cunningham.
Yeah. Stud.
Number 2, Derek White.
Yeah, it's terrific.
Number 3, Norman Powell.
But see, here's the thing. If I asked 100 people who does Derek White play for, I'm not sure 10 could get it right.
I don't know.
And he plays for the champs.
Oh, does he really? Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know
terrific.
that. Yeah, I did know that.
I mean, they're so good. And yet, no one really – that's an NBA problem.
Austin Reeves and Drew Holiday next on the list.
Yeah, Reeves is really underrated, criminally underrated.
League's best organization, the Warriors just nipping the Thunder on a 1-2 there. Celtics at 3. Clips at 4.
Yeah, Clips at 4. I think Tyronn Lue's a really good coach.
League's worst organization, Hornets overwhelmingly number 1 from the players. 38% say the Hornets.
Wow.
That's not good inside your front office today. Wizards at number 2, Pelicans at 3. There are 2 worse franchises than the Pelicans on how they're run.
Yeah, those 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, Hornets are bad. Like, if I'm Cooper Flags people, I'm just praying.
The Mavs did make the list. They're on down there toward the end. Kenny Atkinson, number 2 coach.
Mm-hmm.
Spoelstra, number 3 on the list.
No Steve Kerr.
Worst coach in the league, Brian Keefe. Where is he?
Where is he?
Mike Budenholzer, number 2.
Yeah, he's struggling.
We read the Suns' statement on that cat. Doc Rivers, number 3. Charles Lee, number 4. Nick Nurse, number 5.
It's kind of slanderous on Doc.
Which player in the league would you least like to fight? The first place vote got 63%.
Steven Adams?
James Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Who the hell's James Johnson?
Big shoulder, big dude.
Wouldn't want to do. No, it's not the Isaiah Stewart, number 2. Steven Adams, number 3.
It's hard for me to look at Steven Adams and think there's anyone that I would rather not fight.
Out of 154 votes in this 3-point revolution age, are they good? Is it good or bad for the game? Bad wins with 38% over options of somewhere in the middle and good.
The threes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what you do with it because all the kids are growing up now shooting the 3, and the bigs shoot it so well.
80% of the players said they do not want 10-minute quarters as a change.
Yeah, I don't either. I like the 12-minute quarters.
55% of the players polled say that the officiating is too slanted toward offense. 35% said it's balanced. The rest said whatever they said at that point. So, overwhelming majority say gambling partnerships are bad for the NBA and they don't want them. They do not want to shorten regular season as well. 85% say no.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
The gambling thing, I mean,
yeah,
is terrifying for the league.
They called it predatory behavior on the players. That was the quotes that were given by players on that.
I mean, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother is going to prison.
Yeah.
His career is over
because
of gambling. And it was nothing. It wasn't like he bet on a team. He took himself out of games.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, how easy would it be for a guy to do that? And you know these people are predator, like the players say. They're this is happening. This isn't an NBA thing. This is a across the board sports thing.
Mm-hmm.
All the prop bets that everybody loves. I get it. I do. I understand. But if you don't think that is setting
it's awful
for a college quarterback at a MAC school or something.
Rough.
Hey, there's a prop bet to throw for less than 220 yards.
Easy money. Big problems.
And that would be a scandal.
Tomorrow night, we get the draft. We'll talk about that tomorrow with one Jeffrey Wright. We'll look at whatever else is going on and give you our little bit more of a baseball preview heading into the weekend. Again, Ole Miss and Vanderbilt. So, again, you've got a couple different things going on around the Ole Miss sports landscape. And then, obviously, winners of the Governor's Cup last night, 8-7 over Mississippi State. So, take care. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning.